Yo, what's going on, everyone? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Let's see. First, we're gonna let the notifications go in. The stream is a little earlier, so hopefully that works out for you guys. Once the notification starts going out, I need to check the camera to make sure everything's okay. But I think everything is set up correctly. Also, if you guys can see me and hear me loud and clear, if you will, please just go ahead and type a thumbs up in the live chat. Now, guys, I promise this time I won't go overboard. This time I am very limited on time, just because I am going to release a video that I have been working on for the past 2 or 3 days now. I want to release it already. It's just life sometimes happens, and sometimes you just get a little busy. But I already see Fatima Animer on here. Hey, Fatima, nice seeing you on the stream. This one is a little earlier than usual, and that is because I am off today. So hopefully, just playing around with the times, I'm going to try to see how that affects the analytics. I know it's only 30%, or I'm sorry, not 30%. 30 minutes, or 45 actually, 45 minutes earlier than what time I usually stream at, but we'll see if those 45 minutes matter any at all. Again, Fatima, if you can hear me, if you can please go ahead and throw me a thumbs up. Let me know if everything is working loud and clear. But I think notifications are finally starting to go out, and so we'll just wait a little bit for everyone to join the live chat. Hope everyone who is here early already has been having a great week. What's today? Wednesday, right? So we are at the belly button of the week. So I mean, I've had a pretty good week. I can't complain. It's been just a productive week, Hey, we have AW saying hi, Juan. Hey, how's it going, AW? I'm glad that you can make it over here to the chat. We also have Josie saying you look great with a heart. Thank you so much, Josie. That really means a lot to me. Thank you guys for throwing up the thumbs up. We also have Tom Myler with the thumbs up, or with the clap actually. And we have Juan Manuel Sanchez with good night, everyone. Juan Manuel, actually, you already know, man. I told you last stream, hopefully you can make it here on the live chat, because what I do have today as I need I need a beverage every time I'm on here, just because my throat really gets dry. And I promised a couple of you guys that I'd be drinking a beer or two with you guys on camera, just because it's, just a nice little time to hang out. Today I have Pacifico, or if we want to be, accurate, it's Pacifico. So from what I've heard, it's a popular beer in Guatemala. I mean, it says that it's imported from Mexico, so I don't know, but, I would rather not put the label on screen right now. But for any of you guys that are beer connoisseurs like me and enjoy drinking different kinds of beers, definitely try it out. It's good. It's a light lager. It reminds me a lot of like Miller, so anyway, cheers to you guys. Don't worry, I also went to the gym earlier and I chugged maybe at least like 4 bottles of water. So in terms of water, don't worry, guys, I'm definitely there. Juan Manuel is saying, hey, everybody. We also have Mr. Gareth Mallory saying, what's up, bro? What's up, Gareth? How are you doing today? I'm so glad that you guys are able to make it. Also, last time, guys, remember, every live stream, it would be awesome if I exceeded the like count, right? So last time we started at 15. That was last Wednesday's stream. So we had 15 likes on stream. Then this past stream on Sunday, we had 16 likes. So if you guys can do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Let's try to get this live stream at 17 likes. If you have anyone else around you, tell them to hop onto YouTube and give me that like with their phone. It would really make my whole night if we were able to hit 17 likes on this video. Juan Manuel says, yes, it's a Mexican beer. That's what I figured. Someone told me it was a Guatemalan beer, but I'm like, I don't think so. But Pacifico, super great. It's really crisp. Let me know what you're drinking, Juan Manuel, if you're enjoying a beer with me. Gareth says, great news on watchOS 10.2 Beta 3. Apple brought back the swipe to switch watch faces. Yes. Okay. Gareth. All right. So I love how like so many different YouTubers, at least within the tech space, all have their specialization. For example, there's like Zolotech, I know, for example, love his channel, and whenever I need something to do with any kind of update, whether that be iOS or watchOS, that's the channel to go to. I know Nikias Molina also does a little bit of like the what's new in watchOS 9 or 10 or whatever. See, normally me, I don't really focus that well on the software, but I noticed that the other day. I was on my Ultra 2 and I was trying to change the watch faces, and I'm like, they're not switching. What's going on? I thought it was a glitch, right? But then I remembered, well, I can change it from the watch app, but that's kind of annoying. Like, I would rather just do it right on device. I had to Google it. Apparently, you have to hold it and then switch watch faces, which is really stupid. I just love when you're able just to swipe them back and forth. So I'm glad that they brought that back. Young D is saying, just seeing your live. What's up, Young D? Yeah, we made this one a little earlier. We're experimenting with the times. Hopefully this time is a little better for you guys. It just so happens that I was off, so why wait till 9:15 or 9:30 at my regular time when I can do it 45 minutes an hour earlier? But I did say that every Wednesday I would at least enjoy a couple brewskis with anyone who wants to enjoy one with me. If you're not of age, definitely don't. But this is just a nice chill environment. Really enjoy hanging out with you guys and answering any of you guys' questions. I wish I could flip my camera real quick. My desk is a little messy, so I'd rather not. But I have the iMac in green just looking at me. It's beautiful. I cannot wait for this review, guys. The M3 iMac is really, really, really nice. And honestly, price to what you get is not too terrible. In the review, I stated that the baseline $12.99 model everyone should actively avoid. That one's not really all that great. You have 2 USB-C ports instead of 4. Your color options are more limited. You have an inferior GPU, and I can guarantee that the storage on that is also probably of lesser quality versus the better ones. So I would definitely just, yeah, I would just avoid it. Definitely, if you have the money, skip the $12.99 version and go straight for the $14.99 version. And here's a tip. Whether you're in school, you have like a child in school or a relative in school, go to the education website on Apple. You can save up to $300, I believe, off of like a MacBook Pro. I think off the iMacs, the discount is $100. But hey, that's $100. That's like 2 watch bands. I know it doesn't sound like much, but yeah, it's savings of about $100. Fatima, I think you should do a giveaway for people who tuned into a lot of lives, like a rare band. Yes, actually, Fatima. So yeah, there's many things that we're planning on this channel, including like channel memberships. Thank you for that idea. That's actually a fabulous idea. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. We have Mr. Tom Myler. So glad Apple brings back the swipe to change watch faces. Man, I'm so glad. I thought I was the only one. I really thought that. I'm like, this is really insignificant, but it actually was a big deal. So I'm super glad that they're bringing the swipe back. Man, this Pacifico, I'm telling you, it's nice and cold and crisp. It's really nice. Let's see that Mac. Wish they added more with the iMac base. Yeah, I mean, it's right. I don't know. It's a little heavier. You guys are going to see the review momentarily. I think I'm going to finish it tonight. And see, I don't know, because I always like uploading my videos in the morning. That's just when YouTube Analytics says that most of you guys are online. I mean, I could post it when I'm done, but that'll likely be like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. my time, which is Eastern time. So I don't know how many of you guys are up during that time. Mike A says, hi, Juan. What do you think of the new two-toned Nomad sport bands? Mike, I don't think I've seen the two-tone Nomad sport bands, or at least not yet. If you follow me on my social, shoot me a picture. I'd be happy to give you my honest thoughts. I haven't seen them. Gareth Mallory, is that cargo khaki band? Yes, it is. This is the cargo khaki Nike sport band, I believe. And this is when they were still reflective. I miss the times when Apple bands were still reflective. They are not any longer. Although the new redesign, if you want to call them that, on the new Nike Sport Loops is pretty badass. I was a big fan of this new release of Nike Sport Loops. I'm sure a lot of you guys were as well. Young D says the M3 Ultra Trip gonna be doing some heavy damage. Yeah, so I'm gonna review the M3 Max. That one is actually available later this month, I believe. So whenever it does drop, you see, I have an M1 Max MacBook Pro. And for a good second, I was considering upgrading, but then I priced out basically the same computer that I have because there's no way I'm going to downgrade on my storage. My iMac has 4 terabytes, and really that's a nice sweet spot. 8 terabytes would be great, but I think that increases the price by more than like $1,000. I think it's almost like $1,200 that increases the price from. So yeah, no thanks. I'm not doing that. But anyway, I priced it out, and even on the education pricing, I think it was somewhere around like $4,300, which, I mean, normally the way that I do it is I'll go ahead and buy the new MacBook. Let's say I did, right? Let's say I bought it for 43. Well, my M1 Max, if I remember, I think I bought it around for like 41 or something like that. Obviously, what I like to do is set it on, what's it called, 12 monthly installments with no finance, or sorry, 0% financing, right? So as long as you are a responsible person, which I would think that I am, I mean, I tend to be, just divide out the cost between 12 monthly payments. Make sure you get it paid off within those 12 months, and then you get charged no interest. It's just an easier way to be able, to get a really, really nice machine without having to drop all of that money all at once, right? Because not everyone just has $4,500 laying around to just drop on a computer. But what I do is I resell my old one on eBay, which, MacBooks tend to retain their value quite well, especially the M-equipped MacBooks. So whenever it's time to sell my MacBook, my M1 MacBook Pro 16-inch, I mean, I can easily see myself getting at least $2,500 for it, right, on eBay. Minus eBay fees or whatever, minus shipping, I'm probably going to end up keeping around $2,150 to $2,200 of it. And while it is very tempting to use those $2,200 on something really stupid or something impulsive, what I typically do is, boom, I just go ahead and make that credit card payment, $2,200, and now I've caught up by like several months. So then I just continue my payments like normal, and in no time, I'm done paying off my new upgrade. So that's just the smart way of upgrading computers. If you do it every year, as you can see, it's not an even exchange. Like every time I upgrade, there's still a little bit that you're going to have to end up forking up out of pocket. It's like with cars. You cannot expect to trade in your 2015 vehicle for a 2024 vehicle or whatever, and expect an equal exchange. So at least that's the way I do it. But I was considering upgrading, but no, I think I'm going to buy it first, review it, and that speed comparison will really be for me. It's literally going to be like my testing, but why not make a YouTube video out of it anyway? And if you guys know my performance comparison test videos, I know a lot of you MacBook buyers really enjoy them because we literally perform tasks right next to each other, right? So for example, if you haven't seen my MacBook performance guides, and if you're into that kind of stuff, you should definitely check them out. Like for example, on one of my tests, I do a lot of video editing as well as photo editing. I know that a lot of people with MacBook Pros specifically also do, similar kind of productivity tasks on their MacBooks. So I'll do the exact same edits on one computer as the other. Same, it's the same clip, same edits, and then we export them using the exact same compressor settings, and we time them to see how much faster one is over the other. And then we take the ratio of both of those times to get a percentage value, right? And on those videos, I like to put graphs because I'm just a numbers guy, so seeing it visually also helps. But if the new M3 Max chips are not more than 60 to 70% faster than my M1 Max, then I do not see a need to upgrade, and I doubt they're going to be that fast. I think since it's just been 2 generations, maybe from the M1 Max to the M3 Max, maybe I can see percentage gains of around 35% to 40% is honestly what I'm expecting. And then what I do, at least in my head, is I divide that value by whatever I'm going to pay. And in my head, it's kind of like, okay, how much is this going to cost to own per year, right? So I just like to do a lot of these calculations to determine whether I think it's worth it or not. So anyway, I really wanted the new space black color, but I think what's going to be more financially beneficial for me is to just hold off and then wait for the M4 Max, because by then, not only will my battery have degraded now 3 years, so I don't know how many battery cycles it'll have by then, but a 3-generation skip in chipset should be a wiser decision. I don't know, though. You guys let me know. If you're the type to upgrade, I know I upgrade my iPhones every year, but that's different. At least the iPhones, you can get a lot of help with like provider financing or provider trade-ins. Like, for example, at AT&T right now, if you trade in, I think it's a 12 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max, or 14 Pro Max, you get up to $1,000 off of the 15 Pro Max or the iPhone 15 family, which is a pretty sweet deal if you're into upgrading every year, which I am. I kind of have to since I'm a tech reviewer. Speedometer is clocking me at over 100 miles per hour speaking, so I need to chill out. And because my throat is just getting really, really dry right now, give me a second, guys. If anyone else is virtually cheering with me and have a brewski nearby, let me know what y'all got. Where are we? Tom Myler said, will you be reviewing the iMac with 8 gigabytes of RAM or an upgraded 16 gigabyte RAM? For now, I have the 8 gigabyte of RAM, Tom, but if there's enough, If there's enough interest, I can definitely order 2 different ones, 2 different spec iMacs, and compare them head to head if that's something you guys want to see. Again, in December and at the end of November, I need to be very careful on what I upload, because I really want to upload what you guys want to see and what's going to be more beneficial for you all. So I know during the holiday season, everyone's upgrading, right? Or at least everyone would like to upgrade. So I know that iPhones are getting upgraded during the holiday season. People are picking up new iPads. People are picking up new MacBooks. And so my channel is a very, very reliable source to consume information, because you guys know I'm going to keep it real with you guys. All right, we've been on stream for 15 minutes. I'm going to go for another 15. My voice is already starting to give out on me just a little bit. Let me catch up with the live chat real quick. Young D, honestly, the M1 Max is still good. The M3 is for heavy use. Yeah, I'm telling you, my M1 Max, I think I'm still fine. AW says, just switch to my other account to give you an extra like. Man, AW, you're a real one. We're at 11 right now. Okay, so we need a few more likes. All right, come on. We need just 6 more likes to hit my goal, right? So if we can hit 17 likes on this live stream, I'd be very appreciative. Don't forget, if you guys are hopping on for the first time and have not hit that like button, definitely do that. It helps out my channel a lot. Young D, I did that too. That's awesome. Chris, yes, sir. Very smart, man. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like I could, but then again, it's just I'm gonna see marginal gains year after year, and then I'm gonna feel dumb, because you know the cost to upgrade from one MacBook to the other, just depending on what you can sell the prior one for, you're still ending up paying like $1,000 or $2,000 out of pocket, and you can do so much money. Like, for example, in the stock market with $2,000. Heck, you can put $2,000 in a high yield savings account right now. A lot of accounts are paying nearly 5% interest. Like, you can, instead of upgrading, I can put those $2,000 in that 5%, very safe investment, and then just allow that to kind of grow. You know, I know it won't be much in interest, but hey, it's 5%. Let's see. Will M says, hi, what's going on, Will M? Nice to see you here on the live stream. AW, I pay off everything right away, even my cars. My home is also paid off. I get nervous owing anything. AW, that is a really, really wise thing to do. So I try to do the same thing as well, whenever possible, right? I know that having a tech YouTube channel, being like its own business, there's a lot of things that I kind of need, and sometimes it's best to do it through financing because it's such a big investment. But when it comes to cars, likewise, I'm the same way. Actually, my car, I have a 2020 Volvo. I did not finance that because I looked at the cost of owing it with a car note versus paying it outright, and I just decided paying outright was way better. I think at the time it was like 38 for my car, but I bought it in what year was it? 2021. So my car was literally just a year old. It was a pre-owned vehicle, had one owner. I thought it was a great deal for $38K. And then I did the math of seeing how much I'd pay if I had a car note, assuming great credit and a low term. I would still end up paying about 46 to 47K in the long run if I were to finance it. And I thought, why give the bank an additional 8 when I have no need to? So then I just paid it off, and I'm planning hopefully sometime next year to upgrade my car to a 2024 Volvo S60, but preferably white with beige interior, because I've always dreamt of having a white European, preferably Swedish car with beige interior. Is just my dream. But I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna not trade in my car, because I know at the dealership they literally rip you the heck off. I'm just going to sell it private party, get as much as I can, and then turn around and just find the difference. I'm, probably from an investment accounts or whatever, whenever I'm ready, and then just pay that car off in full. Because you're absolutely right, especially with big ticket items like homes or cars. That's how a lot of people get shackled into debt. And I think nowadays they have 40-year mortgages, which, I mean, if you're not financially literate, like 40 years, do you know how much interest is just accruing? And the worst part is a lot of people don't understand how mortgages work, because there's something called an amortization schedule. Some people call it an amortization schedule, whatever you call it, right? This is the structure of how the bank pays itself the interest that you are paying them versus how much is being applied to your principal. So when you're buying a home, it's super important that you look at this, because, right, banks aren't stupid. They know that a lot of people refinance at some point throughout the life of the loan. Not all people refinance, but most do. Likewise, there's a lot of people who get bought out so that they can get a lower rate. That is essentially what a refinance is. There's also a cash out refinance, which is similar. You could get a better rate, but with a cash out refinance, whatever equity you build on your house, say you buy a house for $300K, and within 10 years, you brought that balance down to $200K. So you owe $200K, but it could be that that house has appreciated in value by $100K within 10 years. So now you have a house worth $400K, you owe $200K, so that difference is $200K in equity. But most banks are only going to loan you up to 80% of of that value. So that $200K is going to get multiplied by a factor of 0.8, which, if you do the math, it's $160K that is potentially available to you to tap into. I don't know how this live stream turned into a financial lesson, but hey, I'm hoping you guys are learning something. But yeah, the amortization schedule, you need to realize that in the first year or 2 or 3, like 90 to 95% of your mortgage payments are going to interest, at least the part that's composed of interest and principal. Don't believe me? Look it up. So this is something that you need to keep in mind when buying a home, because right now, with sales prices and interest rates so astronomically high, it's just super important that you realize how much the true cost of ownership is. I believe right now there's an infographic out there that, 3 years ago when rates were like at 2.2%, let's assume a value of a home of $400,000. That 2.6%, when all said is done with a 30-year conventional mortgage, let's just say at 2.5%, I forget the exact figure, but when everything is said and done after 30 years, you would have ended up paying about $636,000. That's including the principal and then whatever the interest you had paid over the life of the 30 years to the bank. Well, fast forward 2 years, and now if you were to get the same house that cost $400,000, the same exact house, but now secure a rate of 8% with today's economy, you're paying well over $1 million for that same house. It's almost literally double of what you're paying for that house, and literally half of that is just going to go to interest. So yeah, this economy is tough, man. This is why so many people can't buy or can't afford a house right now. Not to mention these apartments. There's this new apartment complex that's brand new in my hometown. They're asking for $2,300 for a 2-bedroom, and on top of that, they ask 3 times in income, right? So let's do the math, right? Like if they're charging $2,300, then they're assuming that you're bringing in around $6,900 monthly. Now imagine you're a single person. I don't know what the percentage of people making more than $6,900 is, but I can guarantee it's less than 5% of the population, probably much less. Like, I don't know what's going on with this economy, man, but I do follow it pretty well. I'm someone that prides myself in being financially literate just because I think it's super important to cement your future and your legacy. And it's never too late to be financially literate. At whatever age, it's never too late to start. Just know that compounding interest, it's better if you start young. I know that when we're young, I was there. It wasn't my highest priority, but now that I'm in my late 20s, I'm like, okay, I do not want to work until I'm 65 because what the hell is that? They want me to travel when I'm 65? I'm going to be sleeping at like 8 p.m. most nights by the time I'm that age. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm not going to want to travel. I'm going to want to be sleeping all the time and probably playing bingo. Anyway, I got lost here in the chat. That was a good conversation. I don't know how it went that deep. Juan Manuel, I'm ready on my second shot of mezcal. Damn, my boy. So you're probably feeling really good. Garrett, cheers with coffee. I have early morning now. Gotcha. AW, the car dealer hated me for writing a check. I bet they did. Because they didn't get any interest off of you. So, hey, that's not your problem, though. DAVS says, hola, saludos desde Costa Rica. Yo, what's going on, DAVS? Te agradezco que me saludes desde Costa Rica. Ya va. Bueno, yo no he visitado América Central, pero me gustaría. Quiero visitar a Guatemala. Mi familia va a visitar Guatemala también como cada año. Entonces me gustaría mucho visitar Costa Rica también. Yo sé que hay muchas partes turísticas en Costa Rica. Guys, we have 16 likes. 16 likes. Do I have a device nearby where I can get a like? Hold on, let me see. I have this little SE, but I don't think this will do it. Guys, please, let's try to get to 17 likes on this live stream. I'm going to end it here in the next 5 minutes. So if possible, if you're joining for the first time, pónganle like a este live stream. La última vez conseguimos 16 likes. En este live stream quiero conseguir 17. Así para que el canal crezca y crezca y crezca. For next live stream, we're shooting for 18. So guys, let's get to 17 real quick if we can. But yeah, no, I'm a good resource as well when it comes to these kinds of things. Taxes, mortgages. I used to be a mortgage loan originator after all. I know the process in and out. It's very bureaucratic, and for a lot of people, it's a massive headache. I just think right now there's the market for realtors is just super saturated. I remember during the onset of COVID, or at least when COVID was kind of on the decline, I remember just noticing, I'm like, man, it seems like everyone is a realtor, and that's when you know you're kind of approaching a bubble, because it's just like you have all these realtors. You have interest rates literally just climbing and climbing and climbing. The affordability of houses is getting a little out of touch. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen to this economy. Allegedly, the government might start cutting back on their interest rate hikes. They already have started. So they haven't raised rates for 3 or 4 months now. That's not to say that they're going to stop, but historically, they freeze interest rate hikes, so they keep them very high for as long as they deem necessary, and then they start cutting back on those interest rate hikes. So instead of hiking them, they start reducing the interest rate, which in theory is supposed to help the economy. But historically, whenever the government backpedals and starts lowering interest rate, there is a sudden crash on the stock market. And this just goes based off of history. This is not me speculating. I'm not saying that this is what I want the market to do. It's just what historically happens when the Federal Reserve starts cutting back on those interest rate hikes. I love it. We're at 21 likes. We got to, man, whoever that was who just came in with those 5 likes. Wow. Okay. So I don't want to set the bar high. So the goal for this one was 17 likes. The goal for next one still stands at 18 likes, but at least now we know that 18 likes in next week's live stream is easily attainable because we have 21 likes on this live stream now. Thank you guys for all making that happen. That made my night. We reached 17 plus. I love it. Young D, I feel like it's a way for them to wash money because why it's getting so expensive while the money is getting weaker. Yeah, so there's a lot Man, there's just a lot to do with the economy and speculation and just kind of how people make money. Because if you look at the stock market right now, it's back on the increase, right? And like you look around and everything is so expensive. Like there's a lot of people struggling and you wonder, it's just like, wait, why is the stock market going up this high when interest rates are literally the highest it's been? Credit card debt is literally the highest it's been ever, right? So like, you know that these interest rate payments are hurting a lot of people just because interest rates are so high. And you sometimes wonder, well, why is it that the stock market keeps climbing? It's a lot of insider trading. There's information is power when it comes to money and the stock market, as a direct result of that. So yeah, there's a lot of people with certain information, but of course, I mean, insider trading is illegal. But come on, you're gonna tell me it doesn't happen? Like, let's be real. Politicians do it all the time, but because they're politicians, they can get away with it. And that's when it's unfair for the common, person like you and I. But guys, we'll go ahead and finish on that note. I did want to make this live stream just a little bit faster so I had more time to edit my video. Guys, thank you for helping me reach 17 plus likes. It's always a blast to have you guys here on these live streams. And I just love to see the channel grow and just being on here with you guys on a bi-weekly basis, just kicking it and having a blast with you guys. So for anyone out there who does watch this replay or is watching live, I'm going to say cheers one last time. That cheers is to you all, literally the best subscribers in the world. I hope wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you have a great night, morning, or afternoon. With that, I'm clocking out for now. I did drink a ton of water. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop drinking more water. Likewise, you should too. If you haven't drank water today, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and go grab a cup of water. That's been it, guys. I'm going to upload that iMac video either tonight or in the morning, so definitely stay tuned. I got a lot more content coming up after that, and I can't wait to catch you all in the next live stream on Sunday. See ya.